Welcome, everybody tuning in from everywhere across the globe. It is Gas Present Sports for the Culture, the sports show that hits on so many levels, so deep. You know what time it is. It's Scruff Line. I'm your host for the evening. Go ahead and introduce the squad. Top right, introduce yourself.
Hey, Bryce, XXV double I. Back at it, fellas. Good to be here. You know, NBA opening night, so it's lit. Ton of NFL topics to get to. Hey, and I think we're gonna get to some trending, some of the top trending things in the world right now. So I'm excited for that one. Let's get it rolling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I guess you're not in the corner. You're just bottom today.
I'm bottom. Yeah.
Bottom bunk.
Hey, T Boogie, man, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a good show. Wash your hands, stay clean out there, and hold on, I got a little extra for you. Introduce yourself.
Okay, take color Alden, and make sure to
Talk to the camera.
make sure to stay in the house and wear your mask, even though coronavirus is super new.
Right.
And
Stay
take color Auburn and make sure to stay safe.
safe out there. Hold on. Come back. What sports you play?
Football and basketball and running.
What basketball team you play for?
TD Bowl 7.
What position you play?
Combo guarding wherever the coach needs me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like that.
Appreciate that.
Like
Hold
that.
up, one more.
Like
I got
that.
one more for you.
Hello, everybody.
Grab a seat. Talk to him.
My name is Timothy Albred. I like for you to call me Tim. I have a YouTube channel. I hope you guys can go ahead and check that out.
What's the name of your channel?
It's called Kaozaros. You can spell it out Kaoh space Zaras.
What you doing on your channel?
Well, it's mostly a gaming channel, but I upload all sorts of content like apps, stop motion, Lego, videos. It's more of a mixture.
All right. What else you got to say to the people?
Stay safe out there. Make sure to wear your mask when you're going anywhere. And yeah, that's really all.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Those are my kids, man. Since we are out of school, they are up. They are usually in bed when we do the show, but they are up today. So I just wanted to introduce them to the world. And let's get this show on the road, baby.
Yes, sir.
Man, love
Yes,
that,
sir.
man. Love that. Hell of an intro, fellas.
Hell yeah. Young content creator out here, young baller. He said,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
a combo guard or wherever the coach needs me.
Gotta love that answer.
Yeah, man. He got his own little YouTube page, you know what I'm saying? He got about 60 subscribers. So, you know, if you got kids, follow them. They, kids stuff on it.
Yeah, and I heard Tim talking about the gaming, man. We actually just finished an interview with my guy Jeremy Babb from RSN Esports, man. This guy is doing huge things in the DMV area with the esports. So y'all should definitely check that out, especially if you got youth or young ones, or even yourself, and you want to get involved in esports. You think you're nice on the sticks. We got y'all covered.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let's jump into it. I mean, we jumping right into the NFL takes for the weekend, right? I mean, what's y'all biggest takeaway of the weekend? I guess I'll jump right in and get mine. We fresh off the Monday night. I just can't help but feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers, ever since I came on here and said that the Pittsburgh Steelers were the best team in football, they've been the most beatable team in football. So they went from undefeated to the most beatable team in football. The Pittsburgh Steelers can't buy a win right now. Oh my God. I just wanted to start off with that. I got nothing else to add. There's no analysis along with it. I'm just shocked, man. They were looking like the most powerful team, and now they're looking like an easy out in the playoffs. They're obviously still going to make the playoffs, but man, they were talking about like they were about to win like 3 straight. I don't know, man. How quick they could fall, man. It's an interesting league, man. Any given Sunday, if you will.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, man. And it kind of leads towards my point. I won't bring it up just yet, but you really want to be peaking this time of year. There's a few teams out there that are really peaking this time of year. Pittsburgh is going the entire opposite way. Anytime your fan base is calling for the backup quarterback, this time of year is a bad sign going into the playoffs. I know they have some injuries, but the fan base is complaining about coaching. It's just a bad sign, man. And if I heard over the weekend, basically like, if you need a good backup quarterback, you need a good starting quarterback. So, you know what I'm saying? For the fact that people talking about Mason Rudolph right now when this should be Big Ben's show going into the winter, it just shows, man. I don't know how much noise they can make in the playoffs. I mean, they're going, but I don't know what they'll do when they get there. It's not looking good for them.
Yeah, it's not looking good for them for sure, but I still think they've got a shot. You know, I actually saw a graphic during the game that the last team to start off undefeated the way they did and then lose 3 games and end up 11-3 the way they're doing, went on to win the Super Bowl. I want to say it was the Rams, maybe. I can't remember who it was, but whatever that team was went on to win the Super Bowl. And it goes to show you, I mean, the ebbs and flows of seasons happen. And when you start off 11-0, you don't have any of those ebbs and flows. No matter how pretty or ugly some of the wins were along the way, they were 11-0. People saw through their flaws. Now their flaws are on display. Hey, my God, Rome has been freed. It's lit. But now their flaws are on display, and teams are picking up on those. And I think the blueprint, the formula has been out there since the Ravens played them tough. The Washington football team used that same formula. And, you know, rinse and repeat in the NFL, you see something that works. Now we're about to find out what the Steelers really got, because now it's time for them to switch up their game plan, which they started to do at the end of the Cincinnati game. A little bit, not enough, obviously. But now we'll really see if they peak too early or not. I just think they're getting all their ebbs and flows of the entire season. They're all on display all at once. I think it's something they can still bounce back from and still go look strong going into the playoffs. But we'll see how that unfolds.
I'm always of the mindset that you know, everybody loses, right? Nobody goes through life undefeated. But it's about how you lose, and I feel like the Steelers are losing in a way that it just doesn't sit right with me. Like, they're getting punked out there. They're getting beat up. The other team's talking trash. They're not playing with energy. I know what you're saying, ebbs and flows, momentum swings, things like that. But, you know, 3 times in a row when the other team kind of just physically dominates you. I mean, you saw what happened to Juju. Typically, you would want to see one of your guys, you know what I'm saying, step up and get a big hit like that back, and maybe you take a flag. But I feel like the Steelers kind of are getting punked, and we saw that with the Ravens last season towards the end. It kind of started like Derrick Henry and the Titans punked them when they put them out the playoffs. So I don't really have a whole lot of faith in what I'm saying. Maybe they can turn it around, but sometimes it's really about how you lose, man. They're not really losing gracefully. They're not really. I mean, I don't know, man. Just you can't go out there and get beat up.
I feel that.
All right, fellas. Sorry for the wait. You know, I had to pull a quick Lamar Jackson. I wanted to get it out the way, not do it in the middle of the show. You know, but I'm here now, man, and I'm loving what I'm hearing about the Steelers. My only real input that I got to throw into this is, I said this at the beginning of the year. I said the Steelers would fall off at the end of the year. They'd fall apart, and lo and behold, my prophecy is coming to fruition. I mean, let's be honest, man. Let's just get to the nitty gritty. The Steelers got to move on from Big Ben. That's really what it is. Steelers fans, you might not want to talk about it yet. You might not want to hear it yet, but y'all got to move on from Big Ben, man. Look at your division. You got Baker, who's coming along. You got Lamar, and Joe Burrow's coming back. Y'all want to hold on to old man Ben for what? Every December, the same thing happens. He starts to fall apart. It's time to move on from Ben Roethlisberger if the Steelers want to be serious contenders. They got a good young team. They got to get the quarterback right.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm surprised. Honestly, Ben's been playing at a high level. I know a lot of people had him ranked pretty high, going, you know, for a while this season. But you know, me personally, I probably would have moved on from him a while ago. But you know, I got that rep. You know, that's my rep, man.
Yeah, we know Scruff would have moved on.
You know, I don't get too attached, man. We'll move on real quick. So I might as well just go ahead and get in my next point because it pertains to that. Man, my biggest takeaway from the weekend, really for me, is Jalen Hurts. I think he's an NFL quarterback. That's my biggest takeaway of the weekend. I think he's an NFL quarterback. I think he proved it. People said he couldn't pass, and he passed at a pretty high level. He went toe-to-toe with Kyler Murray, who many believe is probably the top building block young quarterback, I think most people would say. #1 fantasy football draft pick for a couple people in this room. So I think they understand that Kyler Murray is that kind of talent. So you go toe-to-toe with a guy like Kyler Murray on the NFL level, I think it shows that you can keep a hang. So that's my biggest takeaway is that Jalen Hurts is an NFL quarterback.
Not so fast, my guy. Not so fast. He did have an impressive performance, but Kyler Murray does not play cornerback or safety. He's not a defensive back. And the Cardinals all year have really been just average at best as a passing defense. And Patrick Peterson isn't the guy that he once was. He lit him up, right? You got to play the people that are on your schedule that's in front of you. He did what he was supposed to do. But I'm not going to crown him just yet, and especially not in his first season. Let these teams get more tape on him, and let's see what happens year 2. Let's not crown him yet. Let's not crown him.
Yeah, T. I think you hit the nail on the head right there with the tape. Once NFL teams really key in on what he does well and what he doesn't do well, it could be a different story. Jalen got some talent though. I think everybody knew that. At least I knew that coming in. You can go ahead and check my my big board from last year's college draft to find out about that. I knew he would be nice, but I think he does have limitations, and he will continue to have limitations early on, especially as a passer. But he's definitely got the type of skill set, man. He'll be able to develop in one of those top guys if it's done properly. You see, the Eagles seemingly had a top guy. Now we can debate if that was done properly because Carson Wentz all of a sudden, it's like he's falling off a cliff. So, I mean, the same way that Carson Wentz is a starting NFL quarterback, Jalen Hurts may very well be a starting NFL quarterback. How good of a starting NFL quarterback yet to be seen.
Yeah, Scruff, I don't really get your statement. I mean, like Jalen Hurts is a starting NFL quarterback. I mean, last week Dwayne Haskins was a starting NFL quarterback. Nick Mullins has started some games this season. I mean, it's not a big prophecy there. You're not really stepping out on a limb. I see where you're trying to go.
You want a limb? You want a limb? You want a limb? You want a limb? You want a limb to be stepped on? I was gonna come on lightly. But wrong. Since you the type of person that likes crowning people, so I'm gonna bring the tape back. I wish we could do a rewind right now. Some old footage of you crowning somebody, a young quarterback with no experience at the pro level. A young man named Tua Tagovailoa, or however the hell you pronounce that shit. All I know is Jalen Hurts had 3 touchdowns, 338 yards, and 102 passer rating. Tua has never had a 3 touchdown game at the NFL level in any of the games that he's played. And people were ready to crown Tua, but people are saying that Jalen Hurts needs more time or whatever. I'm just saying, like, if we're ready to crown Tua, then, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready to go out and say. I'm ready to go out and say that Hurts is going to have a better career than Tua.
Why you gonna pronounce a man's name like that though, man?
Tua Tagovailoa. Like my man Rick Ross said, Tua Tagovailoa.
Hey, I'm glad you stepped out on a limb. I asked you to step on a limb, and you definitely did it. My guy's going to the playoffs this season. He'll be there. Tua will be there. When Jalen gets there, then we can start comparing them. But it's definitely too early to crown Jalen at all. Jalen got in because Carson was stinking it up. Right. Ryan Fitzpatrick was playing great. Ryan Fitzpatrick was playing wonderful, and they were like, "Nah, Tua's the guy. Tua's the man." So I mean, the proof is kind of in the pudding. But I think we need to give Jalen Hurts a little bit more time, maybe a full season, maybe actually let him come into the season being the man, and not the guy who's going to replace somebody who was once the man and fell off.
You know who Tua reminds me of, and he may never live up to this, but how they're grooming him reminds me of Russell Wilson. Like you came into a team that has a solid defense, and we know we need to protect this young quarterback, so we're going to run the ball. And I'll even give Tua this feather in his cap. Bill Belichick is known for destroying rookie quarterbacks. He just beat Bill Belichick last week. Now, he only threw for 145 and 20 passes, a little bit of check down Charlie, but he managed the game and he won. And like you said, Nick Mullins is out there starting. There's a couple other guys out there starting that they can't win. You know, they turn the ball over. He's proven himself so far to be a winner.
Hey, we put too much emphasis on quarterback stats. way too much emphasis on quarterback stats, yards and touchdown passes. That stuff is not as important as y'all make it out to be. The Steelers just lost to Ryan Finley, who threw for 89 yards. 89 yards. That's a horrible performance as an individual. But you know what? He got a W on his QB win-loss record. Like Alex Smith does not throw for yards and touchdowns and all that. But Washington all of a sudden went from a joke to the first place to possibly hosting a playoff game. Not because my man was throwing for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns with no interceptions. That Pat Mahomes stuff is nice, but you can win games the way Tua does.
Man, yeah, you be using an argument and just be trying to just spin it however you want. Because last week when Jalen Hurts got the dub against the Saints, a great team, you discounted the win with saying that he didn't throw for more than 200 passing yards. Now he throws for 300. I say y'all, whatever. Whoever want to claim it can claim it. Now he goes out there and throws for 300 plus passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and he gets one on the ground. And y'all saying, "Oh, stats don't really matter that much." Now I'm saying you can't have it both ways. That's what I'm saying. Just man. Keep that same energy, man. I'm gonna start taping y'all. Actually, I got y'all on tape, so just be careful what y'all say.
Hey, so Hurts by and large had a much better game than my man Dwayne, who had a bad game, and he still went out and celebrated anyway, man. So, Bryce, I know you feel some type of way about this situation, especially given the way it's all unfolded, man. Like, I got to know, man, what's everybody's thoughts on this Dwayne situation?
Man, I go 2 ways on the Dwayne situation, man. First way, I just ask why, man. Why, Dwayne? Why are you in the strip club right now, man? What's going on, man? It didn't look like a strip club to me personally. I've been to a lot of strip clubs.
It was a party bus, technically.
I've been inside a lot of strip clubs. Yeah, look more like a little party atmosphere going on in there. You know, looked like the strippers were a part of the party, not necessarily a strip club. Big difference there. So it's not as bad as it might sound, but at the same time, I mean, you're fresh off a loss. It's not a good optic. It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. Then on the other hand, man, I look at it. This guy's 22, 23-year-old kid. Guy just got money. You know, he's living his life. At the end of the day, life goes on regardless of the circumstances surrounding the game, regardless of the pandemic itself. Life goes on, and people are going to enjoy their lives, especially the young people. And Dwayne Haskins is a young guy. Do I want to see that from my starting quarterback? Absolutely not. Does it make me question his leadership ability and his judgment? Absolutely. I'm questioning his maturity, of course, but at the same time, can I blame him? You know, can I throw stones at him because of that? At first, I felt like I should, but now just thinking about it, I can't because I get it all the way from all angles.
Nah, before T and Scruff bury Dwayne, because I'm sure that's the angle they're gonna go. Let me just chime in real quick. Like I get it. Everything Bryce said was right. You know, like you just lost the game. What are you going to celebrate for? That doesn't really make much sense, regardless if you celebrating at Chuck E. Cheese or a stadium. You know, you just lost. What are you celebrating? So that's number one. But then after that, I'm mad at Shorty, bro. Like, why are you clout chasing, posting my man and like like he came to your birthday party. Like, let's keep it real. I'm not gonna say her homegirl's IG. We don't need to, you know, all start hating on her. I know a lot of Washington fans already started doing that, but like you chasing clout. Like you didn't need to put Dwayne in the picture at all. He was already at your birthday after a loss. He should have turned your ass down and been like, yo, I'm not partying tonight. I just threw 2 picks. Like I'm a starting quarterback in the NFL. I'm gonna sit my ass down. I'm gonna watch this film. And you can, you know what I'm saying? You can throw some ones if you want to. I'll holler at you next time. So first of all, I got the biggest problem with her, all that clout chasing. Really, this whole generation of IG models that do these things, it's ridiculous. But then that always also leads me right back to him. You got to make better decisions on and off the field. You shouldn't even be in a situation to where you can be filmed in that situation because you know you're going to get the heat. You got to know you're going to get the heat. And then if you don't know you're going to get the heat, now I'm questioning your maturity and your judgment. It all comes into question. So this is one of them things where if there was no pandemic, it's probably a non-story because you can go to the strip club and not have a mask on. Now there's this whole, you didn't have your mask on, so now the league can fine you for it. So then we're going to twist it into more of a thing of not only did you not have a mask, but you went to the strip club after you lost. So you're a bad leader on top of all that. So I just feel like, you know, if this was 2019 and something like this happened, this picture wouldn't have caught so much steam. So if I had to place the blame on someone, it's homegirl.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's about blame, man. It's an unfortunate situation. I feel what Bryce has said. You know, I understand this situation on all levels because I do. You know, Dwayne Haskins is a 23-year-old, you know, young man. You know, really just in the second year of his career. You know, it wouldn't be uncommon for me to be doing the type of things that he was doing in the first or second year of my career. Or third or fourth or fifth, to be honest. But but that's another story, man. The point is, man, the optics, man. And that's where Dwayne Haskins failed in this situation was the optics, because it seems from my perspective that Washington isn't really going to go forward with Dwayne Haskins as the future quarterback for the franchise. With that being said, number one thing that Dwayne Haskins should be focused on is just optics and making sure he looks great for the next job, you know, because we don't want this to be the last opportunity he's had. Because I think this kid's talented. I think he could be an NFL quarterback. I mean that. But it's not a good look, because now to your future employers, you look like, hey, look, you're out here celebrating after a loss. You're out here violating the protocol. You know, so you're celebrating, and then it's a pandemic on top of that. So you're celebrating after a loss, and it's a pandemic, you know. But also then another whole other element no one's even mentioned. Sometimes getting drafted by your hometown team, it's a blessing, right? It's like a dream come true. But sometimes being in the environment when you're around people that you grew up with and stuff like that, sometimes it's a little too close to home, man. And when you're 23 years old and you're that close to home, it's easy to be doing close to home activities and things like that. And, you know, showing up at homegirl birthday, which probably is homegirl from around the way or something like that. I don't know. You know, and he got blown up on the spot. And then what happens when you mess up? They start highlighting other things he did that he messed up. That's what I was hearing. I didn't even know that he had a situation with a hotel. He had a friend that came into NFL hotel, and then they blowing up a spot about that. I'm just like, damn, cuz. You know, they had that under wraps.
Yeah.
You know, so it's unfortunate, man, because he has to get another job, and I hope that he gets another job. That's all I'm hoping for the kid.
So my whole take on this, and you guys all made really valid, really great points. Those were all of my talking points. You stole them off my notes, I guess. But no, those were that's the easy stuff, right? But so I'm going to talk about reality. So in reality, we know that these NFL players are breaking COVID protocols left and right. You know what I'm saying? And this is not speculation. Like, I've personally been around NFL players within the last, let's say month, right? Because you can't give too much information. That's how you lose access to that sort of thing. But I've personally been around NFL players in the last month that have for sure broken not more than just COVID protocols, right? So I'll say this though. They had the wherewithal, right? You know what I'm saying? The wherewithal to not be filmed. Like they understood that my profession, I'm not in a profession where I can just be out here on everybody's camera phone, right? So I understand he's young, he's caught in a moment, but this is an easy read. This is 1st and 10, it's 8 in the box, check out of your run. If the coach called
he has trouble doing that. He has trouble doing that. And that brings me back to quarterback play, right? Because your decision making off the field isn't always indicative of who you are on the field. But as far as I can tell, it looked pretty. You can't diagnose what's going on. You don't understand that these are women that they make a living off of clout. This is how they make their money. The same way you make your money playing football. You can't figure that out. You let them film you? Like, every situation does not, I know it's 2020 and everybody has a phone and a camera everywhere, but every situation, especially considering you're a starting quarterback, does not require a phone. And the fact that you let that get out, that's a reflection upon you. I'm not going to hold it against that young lady. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hold it against her at all. If she was smart, she would have leaked to the TMZ and got paid if she was smart. But I really think that's not, like you said, that's not what you want to see out of a star player in any sport, not just a quarterback. You just better decision making. And if you can't make simple decisions like that off the field, like you said, man, it's an optic situation. You just lost a game. You can't make a simple decision like that. I'm not even saying don't go. I'm not even saying wear your mask, even though you should. I'm just saying you didn't have enough sense to not get filmed.
You didn't have enough sense to say, everybody, I'm not supposed to be here. Don't take any pictures. Nothing. We know that they're breaking protocols, right? We know NFL players broke protocols. Like, how are these guys getting COVID? How are all these teams and all these players getting COVID? It's not too many players having to apologize. You know what I'm saying? It's not too many guys that got to issue a statement. And you're fighting for a job. And you're a new hire essentially. Like, anybody new on your job, they come in and they obviously don't know what's going on. You're not going to get behind that man. You're not going to endorse him. So
it's not like a new hire though. He's like a guy that's already about to get fired, and then he did some broke shit.
Right. He's not even
he's a
seasonal worker at this point. Like, he hasn't even been there long enough to approach a second contract. And you're playing yourself on and off the field out of the contract. So it's not that he can't catch a break. It's that you're literally going out there fumbling the bag. Literally. I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah, man. Dwayne is he's not the best decision maker. I think we can go ahead and chalk that one up because I mean he's shown it time and time again now that I was the biggest fan of the guy, man. I've been rooting for the guy since day one, but it is what it is, man. I think it's time for the Washington football team to go ahead and move on, look towards the draft for the next QB.
Yeah, I'll second that, and I just cut the tag on my Haskins jersey, so a whole lot of disappointment over here.
Hey,
told you
I don't know why. You can wear it to the strip club.
Hey, that's a great idea, man. Maybe I can get the same stripper.
Don't let her film you, man. You're a married man.
Yeah, there won't be no cameras on me though. I can promise you that. And you're right, T. That's honestly the best point you made, man. Like, even I have enough sense to not get filmed in a damn strip club, and it really doesn't even matter if I get filmed in a strip club. Like,
right.
I mean, it ain't about getting. You're gonna get. The thing is, man, it's 2020, man. You're gonna get filmed. You don't go out anywhere and don't get filmed. You know?
No. Look,
you do. It's true. It's true. If you're gonna social event, you might get filmed, but you gotta be in a tight circle, like. Keep that on your close friends or something. Keep that on your close friends.
It's hard to make excuses for this dude, man, because it happened twice and he got caught two separate ways. Like, the first time he got caught, he didn't get caught by the phone. He got caught by the hotel records. You know what I'm saying? This time he got caught by the phone. So it's like, you just violating now. You just violating, and it's clear. The first time it's like, okay, I'm sorry. I apologize to the team. I apologize to the coach. My bad, guys. All right, cool, Dwayne. You back. Now, second time you get caught on the phone, it's like, it's just the optics are terrible, man. Every report is saying, and Ron Rivera's immune system is compromised due to cancer treatments. So now you got that, people thinking that about you too. Like, you're compromising your coach who was very sick. It's just not a good look. It's not a good look. And and the messed up part about it is Dwayne Haskins might have very well turned the corner as far as like showing up early, staying late, getting in the playbook. He might have turned that corner. But just one simple mistake like this, and no one cares about that anymore. So I would honestly be surprised if Ron Rivera gives him the start. If Alex Smith is out, they might pull up the guy from the practice squad, Steven Montez. They just signed Taylor Heineke. Like, they might start one of those guys over Dwayne Haskins, man. I don't know.
That's kind of wild, though, man. The playoffs are on the line out here. Taylor Heineke, my man was backing people up in the XFL. Like, he wasn't even getting no tick in the XFL. And Steven Montez, bro, I mean, I don't know, man. It really just makes it all the more disheartening that Dwayne messed up in this situation. Like, this was Alex getting hurt and him getting a chance to come back in this season. This was a blessing. It was a blessing, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but you got to turn homegirl down, or you should not have gone to that party. Like, there's no way, bro. Like, this is your life, your career. We've all highlighted it. Like, T mentioned it weeks ago. Like, Dwayne may never get another chance, and that's sad to say. It might never happen because of all the things that he's done, not just on the field with the decision making, but now off the field. It's all around horrible.
Man, Dwayne would love to be a great quarterback. I believe that. I really believe he would really love to be a great quarterback, but I don't think he wanted that much, man. I believe he would love to be it, but I'm starting to question how much he wanted, because at the game like that, if you really, really wanted I mean, maybe that's your way to blow off steam. You know, people have crazier ways. But if you really, really want it, I don't think you're in that situation.
Yeah, man. Let's get off this talk, though, man.
I disagree with y'all, but I'm not gonna keep dragging. I'm gonna let y'all keep dragging this guy. You feel me? I disagree with y'all. I'm just what the fuck? He don't want it because he want to blow off some steam after the game, whatever. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like we all are doing some situation. We're not in social guys. We're just with the wrong people, bro. Make some wrong choices. He made a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a bad look. You know, his time's up now, unfortunately. But you know, I think the kid's talented. You know, I think he could be a starting quarterback. I just don't think he's gonna, he's gonna get another chance, bro.
Scruff.
You know,
how would you feel if I mean, you guys got Jalen Hurts, right? But if you're a GM and the coach from college says he's a bad decision maker off the field, like, is that the one? Like, is that your guy?
Is that noted? Is that what the coach said?
Yeah, like you hold that against him if they say he's a bad decision maker on the field. I mean, off the field.
If the coach says that?
Yeah, if a college coach tells you
that. Yeah. I would take that into consideration. Yeah, the coach was with him for 4 years. You know,
so
the coach would know. But one little picture or whatever on Shorty's Instagram that doesn't tell me he doesn't want it. That doesn't tell me he's not a hard worker. That's bullshit. I disagree with that.
It tells me that he's made too many mistakes, though. You can't keep making these mistakes and having these perfect interviews. Because I like I said, man, I just popped the damn tag on this guy's jersey. Like, I've been waiting, bro. Like, I've been waiting. Like, the guy says all the right things in the interview, and then he goes and does this. Or he says, I've been first in the film room, last leaving the film room, and then you throw a pick where the corner is able to drop off in coverage because you didn't read it right. Like, you can't say that you're doing these things and then make the same mistake. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I tell my child, you need to do the dishes, and he says, all right, I'm gonna do the dishes, and then hours go by and the dishes don't get done, but he keeps saying he's gonna do them, that requires discipline. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Dwayne has failed, bro. Like, he is done. It's done. And I hope he gets a chance somewhere else, but it's probably done altogether. Like, he's looking like a Geno Smith.
And honestly, he might turn around. Yeah, my bad. But he could come out. He could come out this weekend. If he gets to start this weekend, he is very well in him, like, to go for 300 and a touchdown. Like, he has that type of arm talent, and it wouldn't surprise me if he put up 300, a touchdown or two. Maybe a pick. You know what I mean? But like 300 yards from him wouldn't surprise me. But what did surprise me when we got the captain at the beginning of the season. So I was like, maybe he's been putting in that work, So when it came down that, like, he wasn't in the playbook, he wasn't staying late, he wasn't doing the little things that Coach Rivera wanted to see, it's just like that is also a part of what we're talking about, Scruff. We're taking that into account as well. We're not just taking this one incident into account. We're taking this whole season, this whole sample size we've had with the guy, and you start to question if he was worth that 15th pick. That's for sure.
I mean, it's even more than just this season. His first W, taking the selfie. You know what I mean? Like, Dwayne has had a ton of immature moments, and I've always stood by him. But it's like it starts to pile up. We got Ron Rivera in here. He's not going to go for it. So, I mean, I'll say this to end it. If Dwayne gets a chance to start next week, that will be his last chance, like, guaranteed. Once Alex Smith is healthy, Dwayne will not start for Washington. So whatever he gets, if Alex isn't healthy and he gets another chance to start, that's going to be film for another team, and he's going to have to be perfect from now until he signs with that other team.
Yeah, this is crazy, man. It's crazy because, just like I said, he's a quarterback, so he don't get that chance again. But I've seen plenty of dudes that was bums, like Nelson Aguilar, and now Nelson Aguilar is lighting it up for the Oakland Raiders. He's having the season of his life. I'm just saying, he stunk it up for years. And was whatever. Anybody else got any NFL takeaways before we move on to something more festive?
I just wanted a quick, really, really quick takeaway that I had. Basically, how we said Steelers going the wrong direction. Titans and the Colts are going in the right direction. Both teams have won 4 out of their last 5, and that you want to be peaking right now. They are peaking. I know we're talking about the Chiefs. I know we're talking about a couple other hot teams, but like those guys are doing the right thing at the right moment, and you might want to throw some money down on them in Vegas. But that's my quick takeaway.
Okay.
I definitely like the
agree.
Titans this time of year. Derrick Henry is a bad man. I don't know if y'all seen that meme going around talking about if you or a loved one has been assaulted by Derrick Henry, please call the hotline, bro. Derrick Henry been going off, man. He is not the kind of guy you want to tackle in December.
Actually, I saw that on your IG. That was a good one. But I forgot. We're not gonna end this NFL segment without talking about fantasy football, man. If you're in the Gas Sports League, let me run through that real quick, man. I want to give a shout out to my man Father first, man. My man Hans, because he told me before this season started, man, before the draft, he told me he would win it. And this is a 18-team league. Before the draft, he told me he went about 200 players deep and ranking these players.
Hey, my man about it. I love that.
Right. It's kind of hard to fathom, right? About 200 players deep to ranking his players, and he put in the work. He did the diligence. If you're in that group chat, he's been active the entire time, and the boy's in the chip. He knocked off Big Shirley for the upset, and he's in the chip.
Damn.
Yeah, he's in that chip. And I want to say he's playing. I got it right here. He's playing. Looks like KB Clutch. So that's Kev, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the Big Gas Sports Championship.
That's a last standing.
It's been
last man standing.
It's been a great
team.
Yeah, man. It came down to a fan versus a gas member.
A fan versus gas. He also made the point to tell you guys that he beat every single gas member during the season.
He didn't beat. He
squeaked by me. He squeaked by me in our second
I don't remember
matchup,
playing him. I don't remember playing him.
Rome, you're saying you didn't play him, but that's the flip side of this segment. So this is the first league I've been in where they have a toilet bowl chip. You know what I'm saying, for the guys that didn't make the playoff. So the way the toilet bowl bracket works is every team that doesn't make the playoffs, the team with the lowest score in head-to-head advances in the bracket. And Rome, you're in the toilet bowl championship, and you're battling it out to see who's the worst team in the league.
How did that even happen, bro? How did that even? See, I stopped paying attention when I didn't make the regular playoffs.
You lost to Tylo by looks like less than a point, and you're now headed towards your first toilet bowl championship.
Hey, when the league started, I said I would be champion. I didn't say which champion.
And actually, you're going against your boy Chris Holt.
Hilarious. your trophy is a can of Lysol, man.
So you know what I'm saying? That's my guy, man. So either you or Chris taking home that great poop emoji. So shout out to y'all too, man. It takes really effort to be that bad. Takes a lot of effort to be that bad.
Oh man.
Hey, well, one thing I want to say about the Gas Fantasy League, I've never done an 18-man league. This was a ton of fun. Shout out to all the Gas members, all the fans that joined us. I look forward to doing it again next season for sure. I don't remember Hansel beating me. I will double check that. And I will stay true to my word. I said at the very beginning of the Gas League, any non-Gas members that beat me, I owe you some merch. So DM me, holler at me on Twitter. You see the @ sign right there, YoungRome22. I will hook it up. But I'm pretty sure only one non-Gas member beat me. So we'll double check that.
Yeah, man. You had quite the year, Ron. We didn't forget about the I don't even know what the word was for that, for the transgressions that had gone on during the season.
no collusion, bro. No collusion, bro.
All that because fantasy football is a karmic sport, you know. And that's why you're in the toilet bowl, my friend.
Yo, that's funny as hell, because, bro, I swear, every time I pop shit in fantasy football, I end up losing, bro. So my new rule is I don't pop no shit until the playoffs are over, till the game is over, until all my games are completed. Because every time I do, I just say one word about my team during the game. I'm taking the L, man.
I do want to end it on this note. There was two divisions, the Gas division and then the fans. the gas panelists had better win-loss record than the fans. Might be indicative of us knowing our stuff a little bit, just a little bit. But small sample size. So let's run it back next year and let's see if we can beat the fans again, man.
Sure.
Yes, sir. Well, y'all know what time it is, man. It's Christmas week, man. I know it might not feel like it, but it's the Christmas season. You feel me? It's the season of giving. You know what I'm saying? T's feeling festive. He's actually legitimately a clone of the Black Santa emoji. Looking real festive, brother. But yeah, man, it's that time of year, man. I know certain traditions and whatnot. We got around the holidays. Kind of different this year with the COVID and stuff. But usually I'm a Christmas Eve gift opener. I know people think that's kind of weird, but I open my gifts at midnight. You feel me? I don't wait till that Christmas morning shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't got time for that. As soon as the clock strikes, you feel me? Santa made his visit. You feel me? But yeah, man. So I'm just thinking about Christmas and just reminiscing. So what y'all think, man? What's the best time to open gifts, man? Christmas morning? Y'all some Christmas morning type folks? Y'all look like some Christmas morning folks.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean, man? Definitely Christmas morning for sure, man. It was always a thing for my family. I don't know though. I mean, I wouldn't have minded opening a gift at midnight. I think I asked my mom that one time. She looked at me and said, "Boy, no." I said, "All right." That's all I need to hear. The boy, no. I'm going back to my room.
Yeah, man. The way I've always done it since I was a kid, and the way I do it for my kids now is we do one on Christmas Eve. It might not be midnight depending on how late they stay up or whatever, but one Christmas Eve and then the rest Christmas morning. I always wanted to get at least one on Christmas Eve, and it's normally something that you need but you don't really want. You know what I'm saying? It's not the best gift. You always save the best gift for that morning so you can really get that excitement. You kind of send the kids to bed like a little bit disappointed, like, damn, you got me some socks? Like some socks is what I got? Like they be a little bit mad and they wake up in the morning and they're like, oh, that's the PS5, I knew it. So you know what I'm saying? You got to leave them in a little bit of suspense.
Word.
So
best gifts?
Hold on. I get to give my preference. But I don't got nothing special, man. I'm a standard traditional Christmas Day guy. Yeah, the morning is always best, man. You take the pictures, you get to see people unwrapping the gifts in the morning. I don't know, it just feels better to me in the morning. So so that's my little take. But next segment, since y'all didn't want me to talk a little bit.
Nah, I ain't got shit. I was just about to say, well, you were talking about best time to open gifts. What's the best gift y'all ever got, man? Christmas time. Best Christmas gift y'all ever got. I just leave. Best Christmas gift I ever got is these UGG slippers I'm currently wearing right now.
Okay, Brady.
As heck. Yeah, 2 years old, man. UGG slippers. They're comfortable as heck. Keep your feet warm. You wear them inside, and if you got
Uh-oh.
All
right, let's save my man right quick. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in, man. What were we talking about? The best gifts we got for Christmas?
My man was mid-sentence.
He's good apparently.
Your man froze mid-UGG. Oh, he's back.
I'm done, man. Yeah, go
ahead. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I don't even know where we at now. I can't think of the best gift that I got for Christmas. The best gift I ever got was probably when I got my Game Boy Color when I was like 12, but that was a birthday gift. So if I'm thinking Christmas, man, I'm gonna go the emotional route. My 2-year-old was born on December 14th. So I'm gonna just go and say that was probably the best Christmas present I've ever gotten. The best gift I've gotten around Christmas time was the birth of my son Cameron. So that's what I'm gonna go with, man, because I can't think of a tangible gift like something, you know what I'm saying, like a toy from back in the day. So yeah, I'm gonna go with my son, man, because that was definitely a great gift, even though he be pissing me off most of the time with his little terrible twos and running around, throwing his diaper off. Shit is crazy, you know. For anybody thinking about having a kid, you know, think about changing those diapers. You know, a lot of people around this time like, oh, kids are so cute. Yeah, they are until they shit in that diaper, throw it all over the damn place, and then lay down and go to sleep. And you check on them for the nap, and you got shit everywhere like the daddy daycare scene. But yeah, I with all that said, man, he was still the best gift that I've gotten for Christmas.
That's what's up, man. Hey, you know what? I'm a Sagittarius. He's a Sagittarius. I know you got your hands full, but that's a great gift. That's a good shout out to Cam, man. Shout out to Cam. I'm gonna just jump in and just say my greatest gift because my birthday is December 21st, the Negro solstice, of course. You know, we talked about that last show. And typically I don't prefer to have huge joint gifts. You know what I'm saying? I got a birthday and a Christmas just like everybody else. I like to separate it. But I want to say maybe 2000, the year 2000. I got a huge gift. It was $600. It was a professional BMX bike. I was playing a lot of Dave Mirra on the Dreamcast, and I thought I could do some stunts. You know what I'm saying? All I ended up doing was a couple wheelies, but I thought I could get on the vert ramp, do some tail whips, some you know what I'm saying, just some crazy stuff. Just working outside my culture. But my father got me and my brother these $600 bikes. I forget exactly what brand it was. I feel bad now because it was a great gift, though. You know what I'm saying? I rode through the neighborhood 2 miles an hour so everybody could see me. I had the pegs. I had the pegs on the front and the back. My pegs didn't even come off. You know what I'm saying? They was welded to the bike. All my friends like, oh, you switching gears on your mountain bike? All right, watch this. Turn my handlebar all the way around. You know what I'm saying? But that was the best. That was the best gift I got. You know what I'm saying? It almost got me robbed. It almost got me robbed. I had to plead with my man. I was a young guy. 2000. I might have only been 12. A teenager was like, come up off that bike, Slim. Try to debo me. But you know what I'm saying? I got out of there. Pedaled on him real quick.
I was about to say, hopefully the bike was working. The chain ain't snapped, boy.
Hey, look. The crazy part is at first I tried to plead with him. You know what I'm saying? He was too big to fight it. I wasn't no dummy. He was too big to fight. I tried to plead with him. Hey, bro, I just got this bike. You can't take it. Like my father gonna kill me. You know, when I kill you, he gonna kill me. So my man was like, I don't know, man. And once I heard that, I ain't even need to hear nothing else. I'm out of there. You gotta catch me now.
I don't know.
You gotta catch me now. So you know what I'm saying? I made it home with the bike, and that's that. That was one of my favorite gifts. That was one of my favorite gifts, if not the favorite.
That's a pretty good one. That's gonna be a hard one to top. I think my favorite gift, man, was really, it's not too close from from when I was a youngster. Because nowadays, man, you know, I don't get no crazy gifts, man. Like if I get a Christmas gift, I'm grateful. You know, I'm lucky to get it. But when I was a youngster, I was probably 2001 maybe. So I had to be about 10 years old. I got a dog. I got a puppy. And man, that's the only thing I ever wanted. Only thing I ever wanted, man. Scrub, you probably remember my pup, man. So she lived for a long time too. She lived till I was like my first year in college, maybe my second year in college. So she had a nice little run, about a 11, 12 year run. And Rottweiler. Oh man, that was the best dog ever. And I want to get another dog now, and just because of her, like I've been thinking about getting a Rottweiler. You know, maybe getting a boy, but maybe sticking with that same breed since that's what I know. But we'll see. We'll see what I end up grabbing.
Oh man, that's a good. You know what? I got a dog for Christmas too, and I was debating, but I ended up going with the bike. But nah, a puppy for a boy. I mean, for a kid, for a child, right? That's an amazing gift. It's an amazing gift.
Hey, I got a question. Oh, my bad, Ron. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say, man, that like you just sold me, bro. My 6-year-old's been asking for a puppy. It's not gonna happen this Christmas, but that's probably gonna be a future Christmas gift. Sounds like a good one.
You got it.
Definitely. Great Christmas gift.
I got a question, man. It's for all of us, but especially my guys on the bottom, man. T and Ron. So I saw a video yesterday, a little prank that they got on one of these these parents pranking their kids, and they pranked the kids, had the kids thinking they were getting the PS5, had the box all wrapped up. They tore the wrapping paper off the box. 2 kids going crazy when they see the PS5. They opened it up. That junk was full of books. And the kids was just blown. Parents cracking up. My question to y'all is, would y'all ever pull a prank on anybody when it comes to these gifts, have them thinking they're getting something? They unwrap that joint, all of a sudden there's nothing. I remember one time back in the day, I packaged a gift that was about this. The gift was only about that big, but I packaged it so many times, had the person thinking they was getting something grand. But would y'all ever pull a Christmas prank?
Funny story. So at my job today, we did Secret Santa, right? And one of the ladies, Vanessa, my homegirl, she was opening her present, and then all of a sudden she starts frowning. She looks pissed. She shows everybody the gift. Inside under the wrapper is a fucking pencil sharpener. It's a box of a pencil sharpener. So she's like, "Yo, who the hell got me a pencil sharpener? Like who's my Secret Santa that got me a pencil sharpener? Like, I didn't write this down. I didn't put this on any of my stuff." So everybody's like, "Yo, keep opening it, see what's inside the box." She's like, "It's a pencil sharpener." So eventually she opens it, and it was a candle. And I just thought that shit was hilarious because she liked the candle, it was what she wanted and all that. But those gag gifts, man, they be hilarious, bro. Like that's some good shit.
So she was mad about the pencil sharpener, but she was happy about the candle.
Well, yeah, it was some scent. You know how ladies love candles, bro. Like
I like candles, but like, don't hate on the pencil sharpener. You might need that. I use pens, but you use pencils. What's
a grown woman gonna do with a pencil sharpener?
Sharpen some pencils.
That mascara pencil. Put that mascara on sharpen.
Facts.
What y'all think about the white elephant versus the traditional, the traditional Secret
I've done
Santa?
a white elephant. That was interesting. It was interesting. It was fun.
I'm a big white elephant fan, man. And I've came away with some cool gifts, man. Last year I think I had like this huge hot sauce set that was cool. The year before that, I got like a Hershey's bar that was like this big, ended up giving it to my kids. So I love white elephant, man, because it's competitive.
Yeah, you be sick when somebody steal your gift. You be real sick when somebody steal your gift, though.
You got to game it. You got to pump up the value of whatever you got. Like, damn, man, bruh, you got to take a bad gift and make it. You know what I'm saying? Just bring it to life.
Hey, so when you do the white elephant, nobody gets mad.
No, hey, I know. I don't know if I should say this on the show, but I know a coworker that to this day does not like another coworker because of the white elephant gift.
I was gonna say both those can go bad, man. I had 2 ladies one year. We had to stop doing it the next year because they weren't vibing.
Man, you can't keep the spirit, man. My family, we tried to do the white elephant. We had it going for a few years before COVID. But it basically just turned into everybody bringing bottles or lottery tickets, just so everybody, what's happening. Yeah. Nobody's mad when they leave with a bottle or a handful of lottery tickets to get a chance to win some money. But that's kind of what it turned into. Nobody was liking the original gift.
Hey, that white elephant is a great time for a gag gift, though. Like, so Rome, you said you had the pencil sharpener one. The one I seen that it was a bit off Subway sub.
What?
But you know what I'm saying? If you open the sub, it was like a $25 Subway gift card. Now I don't like Subway, but
so somebody's opening their gift, and then you gotta be like, open the sub though. Open the sub. You don't know what they got.
Bruh.
Hey, bro.
You gotta participate in their gift opening.
Why would they look in the sub, bro?
Yeah, why would you open the sub? And why would I want the gift card after that, bro? Like, come on.
Open the sub.
Why would you look in there?
Gift card got mustard on it. Like, what? Like, that's wild, bro. And who gave the gift? My man was like, "Yo, I'm gonna take a bite out this joint first."
I mean, it could have been a rip, but you know what I'm saying? It was definitely something in the sub. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely in the sub.
This is totally off topic. But you ever seen them Jones where they cut them off? It'd be looking like it's like an arm, a tattoo arm, and the dude be cutting it. It'd look like he cutting his arm, but it's really a cake.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why that sandwich thing just made me think of that shit. That doesn't
Hey,
make
actually,
any sense.
I know a girl that makes cakes like that, man. I know a girl that makes cakes like that.
For real?
She make realistic cakes.
Yeah. I don't
Bro,
know.
we need to get
She's not the best, but she's crafting her talent right now. She made a Deadpool cake the other day.
That's pretty lit. That's pretty lit. Well, hey man,
tell her to make me a cake with like a like a body, like an arm, or
Hey, maybe I can get her to make a gas cake.
no, that would be fire. That would be fire. Let's get the
Maybe once we hit that year anniversary.
Yeah, we're gonna
I want it to look like something. I want to
Yeah,
look
you
like
got to make those cakes look like another
Yeah,
food. Like make a cake that looks like a steak.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They cut it.
I hate those, bro. I hate those videos,
Yes.
bro.
That's what it's all
That piss
about.
me off. People think they're so satisfying. I look at those videos
Joint
and
got
like,
the grill lines and all that.
why?
I'll be like, what?
You know that icing nasty. Whenever you can do all that with icing, that's the nasty icing.
Hey, that's that fondant, man. It's terrible.
Yeah, no boy, it's barely edible. Hey, but let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep it moving because we are a sports show, kind of. But yeah, let's get into some NBA talk, man. NBA started tonight. I'm watching it right now, so I apologize if I'm looking away too much. But we got to keep tab on what's going on. And with the season starting up, let's get into some predictions, fellas. Let's start off with these with these seedings, East-West seeding predictions before we get into MVP, all that type of stuff. Matter of fact, nah. Let's switch it up. Let's start with the awards. Let's start with MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Sixth Man, and Rookie of the Year. So first will be MVP. Scruff, who you got?
I got well, I'll just start with saying that they got Luka listed as the favorite to win the award, and I think that there's literally less than 10% chance that that's going to happen. I think that I think the award winner played tonight. I think that Kevin Durant's going to make a run at the award. I think people are sleeping on Kevin Durant. If you're into betting, I would take the Kevin Durant bet on the MVP. It's like a plus 1,200 or something like that. Go cash in on that. Throw a quick little dub spot on that. I like KD. People forget that KD is one of the best players in the league. To win the MVP, man, the thing Luka Doncic win the MVP, it's not going to happen because he's not going to be the best team in the West. All right, he's not going to be a better record than the Lakers. That's not going to happen. So he's out, in my opinion. He's going to have a great season, yeah. And then the question is going to be Giannis again? Maybe. But I think the Nets are going to be the best team in the East this year. And I think KD is going to be the best player on the Nets. And I think that he's going to be just as dominant in a sense as Giannis. I think it's going to be very interesting. I think he's looked very calm, cool, and assassin-like tonight. And I like what I saw from Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant's my pick for MVP. Yeah, I'm going with that.
I like that, man. I like that. I think that's a good dark horse pick, too. I think with KD, it's all about health at this point, right? That's all it's going to come down to. He's clearly still ready to dominate. T, who you got, man?
Honestly, man, I haven't gave it a whole lot of thought on MVP. I like the KD idea. I like Luka. I don't have a guy right now. Just to be honest with you, I don't have a guy. I'm sorry.
I feel it. It might be one of those dark horse years, man, where somebody that's unexpected, ends up running with the award. Rome, who you going with?
Hey, man, I got to agree with Scruff, man. Like, I had KD. I think he's going to be out for blood this year. Like you said, too, Bryce, if he stays healthy, I don't know. He might end up running away with it, really. Like, if he stays healthy, that's really going to be the biggest question mark to it. And I can't think it's kind of a muddled field. You know what I'm saying? Like once you go after KD, there's some guys that you can start naming. But if I'm picking with my heart, I'm definitely picking Kevin Durant.
Yeah. I think you guys make a compelling argument for KD too, man. He's gonna have a lot more load on his shoulder, just considering the way I think they're gonna operate in New Jersey, right? I think it's gonna be a 50-50 split with how they have the ball. Obviously the Warriors, when they were at their peak, they were all about moving the ball. There's going to be a lot more ISO basketball in Brooklyn. I think that suits KD well. I think it comes down to Kevin Durant or LeBron James. And I really do think LeBron is salty about not winning it last season. I think he's very salty about that coming in this year. So I think he's going to go hard. A dark horse candidate, man, who won it a couple years ago. And he's in a perfect position to really make some noise. My guy Russell Westbrook. A lot of people sleeping on I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's going to win it, but if you got $20 and you want to throw it on somebody, this is not a bad chance, a bad risk to take. I mean, the East is always a team always emerges from the East that we didn't expect year after year after year. I mean, you show me the top 8 in the East every year, I'll show you a team that we didn't expect at the beginning of the season. And this year, Russ's slogan is "Why not?" So hey, why not? Why not the Wizards? Why not Russ going crazy with a triple-double season again? That's enough for MVP. So let's keep it pushing, man. Defensive Player of the Year. This is a tough one to gauge. Scruff, I think I know who you might be going with, man. Who you got?
Honestly, Ben Simmons is in the conversation, but I'm going to go with personally. I would go with a guy like Marcus Smart. I think he's due for a Defensive Player of the Year award. I think he's in the conversation every year. I think he gets snubbed. I think he's a first-team defensive kind of guy. He's the kind of guy that gets up in you. I think this year with the Celtics, I think it's going to be on display again. I think he's going to be in the conversation. I think it just really it can go anyway. But I like Marcus Smart, Ben Simmons. Those are two names I throw out there.
Yeah, man. It would be interesting to see a guard get the award. I can't remember the last time a guard got the award, or I can't remember off the top of my head.
Marcus Smart's the best perimeter. To me, he's the best defensive guard in the league. He really gets into you. Plays tough, gritty defense. If you got to pick any guard in the league, as you'd say, is like a guy that's like, you want him going against your best player. I think Marcus Smart is that guy, and he's just the energy guy. Just he really owns it. And he really just doesn't do anything. Not to say he doesn't do anything else, but he really doesn't care about his stats.
No, that's right.
Defense guy.
Yeah. He's one of the best defenders in the league, no doubt. T, who you got, man? Rookie of the Year. I'm sorry, Defensive Player of the Year. My bad.
You already say that's a curveball. Defensive Player of the Year. I'm going to be a homer this time because I don't think he can get MVP 3 times in a row, but I do think he can do Defensive Player again. And I'm gonna go with Giannis. I think he'll just put up the numbers. I'm not sure who can stop him. Who can keep him off the boards? Who can stop him from blocking shots? You know what I'm saying? I think without a jumper, you can still be a defensive presence. And honestly, if you can't shoot, that's what you should do. Affect the game in other ways. So I'm going with Giannis again.
Man, that's a good pick. That's a good pick, man. I didn't even think about Giannis, but Giannis can do it all, and he's definitely a menace on the defensive side. Ron, who you got, bro?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I really wanted to say Giannis. I really did, but then T just said it. So I kind of want to disagree with T just for the sake of argument. So I'm gonna go with Anthony Davis.
Oh, okay.
And this is off the cuff. So like I like Giannis's chances, but I really like Anthony Davis out in LA, man. Like I feel like without him, the Lakers aren't really gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron's not gonna carry them. So what Anthony Davis does on the defensive side of the ball to allow LeBron, a little bit of rest, I think that's paramount, and I think he should get the award for that. Because really, it's like a trickle effect. You know what I'm saying? It really makes a huge difference on both sides of the ball.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I think Anthony Davis is due for some recognition outside of just that championship. I mean, the championship's huge, but everyone's calling that LeBron's team. I watched the opening ceremony. Snoop was on there like, LeBron, win another one. Like, they forgetting about Anthony Davis's contribution. You know what I mean? That was as much Anthony Davis's chip as it was LeBron's. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I mean, Anthony Davis was the only other reason they won that chip. If you had to pick 2 reasons, this is LeBron and AD. So I think he's due. But I'm going with my guy. He had a layoff last season, but my guy Rudy G, man, Rudy Gobert just got the big deal. I know he's gonna be strapping this season. I know, like he seems like the type that earned that contract is gonna want to play for it. So I got Rudy Gobert. I thought he was gonna win the third. Had a chance to win the third straight getting the last year. He didn't get it done. I think he comes back. He just gets so many blocks, man. Dominates the paint. I got Rudy G. Take it.
I'm not betting on no Frenchman. Matter of fact, if my recollection serves me, isn't he the first guy that got the COVID?
That was my first thought.
He might be the first guy in anywhere. He might have. I don't know, bro. I
He
don't know
was
how
the
Rudy G popped
he
up
the
with
first black person that got the COVID. Did he even get the superpowers?
it. Debatable.
Nah.
He might have, man. He might have. He already got his. Matter of fact, stretch.
Yeah.
Hey man, you gotta give him
defensive
defensive player. You gotta give him defensive player of the year, man. He shut the whole league down.
Right.
He put everybody in the bubble.
All right. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing, man. Sixth man of the year. It's a tough one. This is a tough one right here. Do y'all know how well do y'all know the game, man? Scrub. Sixth man of the year. Who you got, bro?
I got a new competitor, new blood in the name of Six Man. Because if y'all know Six Man, you know that the Six Man of the year it's been the Lou Williams Award is what they should call it. That's my guy, Lou Williams, man. I remember Lou Williams, a little flash. I remember Lou Williams when he was a rookie in the league. He came out South Gwinnett High School, was a second-round pick by the Philadelphia 76ers. And he didn't get any playing time, man. He used to give away his headband in the game, and headband didn't have no sweat on it, man. He came a long way, man. And that's one thing I know about Lou Williams is he had a lot of time to craft his game. And a very similar player that I see on the come-up is Shake Milton. Shake Milton reminds me a lot of young Lou Williams when he was in Philly. He was crafting his game up. He played a little time in the G League. If you don't know about Shake Milton, he went to SMU. He played under Larry Brown at SMU. He's recruited by Larry, coached by Larry. Came in the league, put up big numbers in the G League, like 18 points a game, 8 rebounds. He was putting up, eight assists. He was putting up great numbers. He knows how to run an offense. Then he came out in the playoffs and had some pretty big games. He was a big performer for Philly, a big time shooter down the stretch for them. Doc Rivers should remember him. He put up a career high against Doc Rivers. Now Doc Rivers has a chance to coach him. I think Shake Milton is going to be a guy that you can look out for coming off the bench, averaging maybe 16, 17 points a game off the bench. I see him as the primary facilitator off the bench, other than obviously Ben Simmons being the starter, but he's more of a natural guard, in terms of his body type. I think Shake Milton's going to be a big key for the 76ers. I think he's going to be filling into a Lou Williams role. He may not be a starter, but he will be a finisher for them down the stretch. Shake Milton is my outside pick there for for Sixth Man of the Year.
Wow. Shake Milton, if he averages 17 points, I will be very surprised. But I think it's doable. Maybe, if you go by how he looks in summer league, it's doable. But summer league is summer league. But yeah, keeping it pushing, man. T, who you got?
Not Shake Milton.
Yeah, dark horse for real.
You know what I'm saying? I like Shake, man. 6'5" with a 7-foot wingspan, man. You can't beat that. I like Shake. That's if that comes true, bro, you the man for picking that. I know you know your basketball, so it's a good chance it's going to happen because I trust what you say. But I got one for you, and it's a new guy. Well, he's not new, right? He's from Michigan, 2015-ish, but Karis LeVert playing behind Kyrie and Dinwiddie, the spark off the bench, and that's what Lou Will has been, right? He's always been a scorer off the bench. I guess coming out of college, we didn't think of Karis LeVert as a scorer, but he averaged 16 on only 10 shots a game. He's going to average about 15, 16 shots a game this season. And he's going to average around 18, 20. If he can stay around that 19, 20, as a sixth man, I think he's a shoe-in, especially with that team being a dominant team in the East. They're going to go far, and you're going to see his name. Those are going to be primetime games. He's going to get a fan base. Someone might even buy this guy's jersey. So that's my sixth-man pick. As they say on Twitter, favorite this tweet, man. You can bet on that one.
That's a strong pick, bro. Very strong pick. So strong that I think he might play his way out of being in that running. He might end up being in that starting lineup before it's all said and done. Karis LeVert is a baller, man, no question. Rome, who you rolling with, man?
All right, the person I'm rolling with is not based off who I think is going to win the award. It's who I would like to see win this award, and that man is Derrick Rose. We've all followed Derrick's career. You know what I'm saying? He was a superstar at one point. The injuries set him back. We're talking about guys that can average, 17, 18 points. I believe he still got that in him. He has the last few seasons. So if he can, you know what I'm saying, stay healthy, give that spark off the bench, I would absolutely love to see him win this award. It's probably an uphill battle for him, But I was a big Derrick Rose guy back in the day, and I would love to see him continue to flourish in his later years in his career.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about choosing him myself, man, with Killian Hayes coming in taking that starting job. D Rose definitely gonna get a lot of time, man. He's definitely gonna get a lot of playing time. And I think that bodes well whenever you're trying to win the Sixth Man of the Year. But I'm rolling with a familiar face in that award. I think Lou Williams takes another one. I believe Lou Williams will go down as the greatest sixth man in the history of the NBA when it's all said and done. And I do wonder if it's enough, if it's going to be enough to possibly have a Hall of Fame resume. I mean, when we look at it at the end of the day, Lou Williams is going to have a ton of points. He's honestly, if you're just talking about scoring, he's one of the best scorers in the game right now. The dude comes off the bench and literally heats it up in a moment's notice and will leave with 30 points, 40 points any given night. I'm rolling with Lou Williams, man. Like I said, I mean, it would be a long shot for him to make the Hall of Fame. Of course, I'm not really championing that, but I do think if you are the greatest sixth man in the history of the NBA, you deserve some sort of recognition for that. Shout out to Lou Williams. I think he grabbed another one this season. So
I'll write a speech for him to get into the Hall of Fame. I'll give my my Hall of Fame speech for Lou Williams. I got a case for the guy, but not today.
He's just a consistent scorer, man, off the bench. Like, I wish my team would ever grab Lou Williams. We need to do it like that. But so keeping it pushing, man, with the East and Western Conference seedings. I think it gets interesting right here. I'll go ahead and run through mine real quick. So in the East, number one, I got the Celtics winning the East outright, at least as far as records go. Number two, I got the Nets. I think that the Nets will probably be the best team in the East, but it's going to take some time for them really to gel. Number three, I got the Bucks. Number four, I got the Wizards coming in and making a strong push with Russell Westbrook newly in DC. Number five, I got the Heat. Number six, I got the Sixers. Number seven, I got the Raptors. Number eight, I got the Pacers. On the Western Conference side, number one, I got the Lakers. Two, Nuggets. Three, Clippers. Four, Mavericks. Five, Blazers. Six, Jazz. Seven, Warriors barely squeaking in. And then eight, I got the Suns. I think the Suns make the playoffs for the first time in a little minute. Especially with Chris Paul there, man. It seems like anywhere he goes, they make the playoffs. So I got to put the Suns in that A spot. Scruff, kicking it to you, man. Who you got?
Yeah, you went deep. You actually had them all listed out and everything like that. I just came down to it. For me, it came down to who was the best team in the East. And I can run down my list real quick, though. Number one, I got the Nets. I think they're going regular season, and I think they're going to win the East. I got the Nets number one. I got the Bucks number two. In terms of regular seeding, I think I got the Sixers number three. I got the Celtics number four. I got the Heat number five. I got the Wizards at six. I got the Pacers at seven. And I got I can't see past that. But yeah, that's pretty much my East. On the West, I got doesn't matter who gets the last spot. They're gonna get bounced anyway. I got the Lakers number one in the West. I think that's a gimme. Number two in the West, I got the Denver Nuggets. I think they're going to be a really, really good team this year. I got the Mavericks as the third best seed. I think they're going to elevate themselves. I've got the Phoenix Suns, fourth seed. I got them as one of the better teams in the West this year. I think they're going to be a surprise team. I almost got them at the 3 seed, to be honest, or the 2 seed. I could see them being that good. Watch out for the Suns this year. So that's my 4 seed. Also got I got the Clippers at the 5 seed. I think they're going to be good, but I don't know how good. I got the Utah Jazz in there at the 6 seed. I've got the Memphis Grizzlies sliding in at the 7 seed. And I got the New Orleans Pelicans closing us out at the 8 seed.
I like that. I like that list, man. I like you having the Grizzlies in there Ja Morant definitely due for a big time season this year. T, what you got, man?
It's hard for me to rank them just yet. I haven't seen enough to be fair, but like just basically off the off season, I'm not even gonna rank. I'm just gonna tell you in the East. I'm gonna tell you, I don't think the Magic are going to the playoffs. They were the 8th seed last year. I think they're out of there. The Wizards are in, and you said you had the Wizards as the 4th seed. I also have the Wizards as the 4th seed. That's the biggest shakeup because I think the top, outside of the Nets being in that top 3, I think the Bucks, Nets, and probably Celtics round out that top 3. I'm still not a believer in the Raptors all the way. So that's my only shakeup. Same teams, but Wizards and Magic swap. Magic, you're out. Wizards, you're in, and you shuffle the order. So I'm gonna go with the West, and I had to write this down a little bit. And again, the seeding is kind of up in the air for me, but Thunder and Rockets, you're out of there. Like Thunder, you lost Chris Paul, you're done. Rockets, I don't see a way. I mean, you might can force Harden to stay, but I think the best way for Harden to force himself out, not play, pull a Pippen. I'm hurt. Lose games. Like essentially, you're going to have to. Your fan base is going to get too loud. You're going to have to get rid of them. You get rid of them. I don't care what you get back. It's not the same team. John Wall, Boogie, and I don't care what you get back. You're not going. So get those guys out of there. Who I will put in there though, I'm not putting the Grizzlies in. I'm not putting Ja Morant in there. I'm putting the Suns in there, and I'm putting the Pelicans in there. I think Zion plays more minutes this year. I hope he's in shape by now. He had plenty of time. And my biggest surprise is that I don't have the Lakers being the number 1 seed. I think with the season starting up so soon, you're going to see a lot of load management from LeBron. And that team they just aren't the same team without LeBron. I like Anthony Davis, but it's the Clippers. The Clippers are the number 1 seed, and that's that. It really, the West is going to come down to the playoffs. And if we get another bubble, who knows what's going to happen. But right now, I'm putting the Clippers as my number 1 seed, and you can rank the rest however you want to rank.
I hear that. Rome, sound off on these rankings, man.
All right, before I get my rankings, I just want to say, it's crazy hard to predict the NBA right now with another COVID season happening.
Yeah.
So much like our NFL predictions, these could be wildly different halfway through this season. But I'm going to run off the teams I believe will make the playoffs, starting with the East, in no particular order. I think the Nets will easily be in there. The Bucks, the Raptors will see. The 76ers, the Celtics. I even got the Heat. For the East, I definitely got the Wizards getting in there with Westbrook, and I'm gonna show some love to the Pacers, man. I don't know how high up I'm gonna have the Wizards. You guys got the Wizards as a 4th seed. I think it's kind of early to predict all that, but it's definitely a possibility. Moving to the West, I think we can definitely definitively say that the Lakers will be the 1 seed. That trash T is talking is. That's just what T does, If LeBron's involved, T's got to tear it down. The T is capital for tear down LeBron whenever you can.
All right. Over under LeBron 50 games. Over under 50.
How many games they playing?
LeBron,
how many games they playing?
How many games they playing?
Doesn't matter how many games they play. Over under 55.
How many did he play last season?
You just said 50. The last sentence it was 50. This sentence is 55.
What you talking about, bro?
I'm going to say this, right? However many games LeBron doesn't play, the Lakers probably split those games. So if he misses 30 games, that's 15 L's.
All right.
That's my math.
Anyway, man, I got the Lakers. I got the Clippers out the West. Nuggets. Trailblazers, Mavericks, Suns, and the Warriors.
Damn.
And I'm definitely throwing Ja Morant in there for the Grizzlies. But make no mistake about it, Lakers are going to be number 1.
Yeah, I'm tripping, bro. I forgot the Blazers out West. The Blazers definitely going to make the playoffs. And I forgot the Raptors out East. The Raptors definitely going to make the playoffs. I don't know what I was thinking. To get the Pacers out of there. For my 8th seed, though, I'm gonna throw one sneaker out there. Y'all gonna laugh at me. Watch out for the New York Knicks.
What? Oh yeah, that's a definite keeper.
Watch out for the New York Knicks potentially getting into the 8th seed. I'm just saying.
I'm not watching out for that.
Especially if they make the change at point guard to Emmanuel Quickly. I like what I've seen from that kid.
I'm gonna tell you this, right? If you follow Tom Thibodeau, he does not play rookies. Quickly is not going to see minutes this year. So
they're not going to quickly see their win total as soon as they put Quickly in. Or quickly start winning some games, bro.
You saw what he did with Jimmy Butler. Like he's not going to play these young guys. He doesn't trust them, and that Quickly is a dog. But see you next year, kid.
I feel you on that young player thing, but when you have an organization that wasn't functioning properly, and then you have somebody with a functional front office put in place that actually brings in quality basketball players, then you're actually going to play the quality basketball players, not the Todd Gibsons of the world.
Why would you start Burks and Payton if you know Quickly is the guy?
I think he's. I think Quickly. You go with the fresh blood. It's just kind of like the Jalen Hurts thing, you know. You don't know where the spark's going to come from. The spark comes from new blood. You don't revitalize a franchise bringing in the same guys that have been doing the same old crap for the last couple of years. You do it by bringing in fresh blood, guys that just want to win. Like it's like when Jordan came to the Bulls. He said, "All these guys out here doing like nonsense." And I knew right away that I couldn't be rocking with. I knew right away I couldn't be rocking with them. That's what I'm saying. Like you bringing in. When you have a bad team and you bring in new guys. The new guys are the guys you're looking to lean to. Even with the Sixers, we got a new coaching staff. But we got several people on this team that was out here dogging it. So yeah, like the new guys are kind of leading to a certain extent because they don't know the bullshit that we've been doing for the last.
Every team brings.
I'd rather have a guy like Quickly in their point guard than a guy that's been part of the losing already.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about Quickly. If he balls out long enough, the way things are going, he's gonna get a fat contract. It seems like everybody's getting a fat contract in the NBA these days. So our next little segment we're going to do is a good old worth it or not. I'm going to read out an NBA contract. Y'all tell me if that contract is worth it or not. So first one, Rudy Gobert, Utah Jazz, 5 years, $205 million extension. Scruff, starting with you, worth it or not, man?
It's worth it. It's worth it. Best defensive player in the league. You can argue. Locks down the post. Lockdown. It's worth the money. You got a lead player. Yeah, it's worth the money. Quality contract.
Worth it or not, T?
Nah. Again, I'm not betting on or paying the Frenchman. This is an NBA about small balls, a lot of spacing. It's limited usage. You know what I'm saying? Gobert plays. He doesn't play enough minutes for me to say I'm going to pay you this huge deal. He doesn't do anything offensively. Are the Jazz a better team with him? Probably. Will they win? No. I can lose with anybody. That's always been my philosophy. I can lose with anybody. So I'd rather try to build a winning team than pay a guy I know we're going to lose with. He's not selling jerseys either.
He just want to chip with AD though. You wouldn't want a guy like Gobert.
No, hold on. We're not about to compare Rudy Gobert to Anthony Davis. Like that's blasphemy.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis' kids will be better than Rudy Gobert's kids too. Like we're not about to compare those guys.
Yeah. But one thing I'll say though, the Jazz have been, they've been in the playoffs last couple of seasons with, Gobert leading the way. But I do feel you wrong. Worth it or not?
Hey man, I'm gonna say worth it. I'm gonna say worth it real quick. Our defense is kind of lost in the NBA. I think I'm glad a defensive guy got paid, man. People need to appreciate defensive players a little bit more in the NBA. So I'll definitely say worth it. And as far as T's comments on AD just now, man, I guess he's just getting too close to LeBron, man. Like he's getting some of that residual heat now, man.
No, I like AD. I like AD, but that's what I'm saying. It's blasphemy to compare somebody that has no offensive talent to a guy that does it all. We're not like that's crazy. You pay AD. You don't pay.
It ain't comparing them. It's about matchups. You got to beat the best to be the best, And if you have, it's like when you have going against elite pass rushers in the NFL, you get good offensive line. You need defensive stoppers in the NBA,
Yes,
and
exactly.
Bigs, people are saying that bigs are not part of the league anymore, but last time I checked, Anthony Davis is probably the best big in the league, and he won the chip last year, right? With a guy that's LeBron, who's 6'9". You're gonna plow through the rim with LeBron 6'9". You don't get a guy that's gonna be able to sit there and stop that, dude. There's plenty of bigs are still relevant, man.
Do you think LeBron wakes up going into a Jazz game worried about Rudy Gobert at the rim?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not at all. He probably didn't think about it. But I think there's no doubt about it that Rudy Gobert is one of the best defenders in the league. So for that, I'm gonna deem that one worth it. Let's keep it pushing.
Hold on. We can't keep pushing this shit. One of the best defenders in the league. How many blocks he average?
More than 2.
Rudy Gobert.
Just 2.
Rudy Gobert straps the paint, man. You know why? Because people don't drive on Rudy Gobert like that. It's one of those things, bro. He's in the game. You do, maybe not LeBron, but everybody's not LeBron, you know, and you do got to be aware of Rudy Gobert when he's in the game. It's a fact.
Yeah, playing defense is definitely more about getting blocks or steals, in my personal opinion.
Rudy Gobert and Jared Allen are interchangeable, bro.
No, they're not. Rudy Gobert is a far better defender than Jared Allen, bro. Rudy Gobert, first of all, is 7'3". I mean, Jared Allen might be 7'1", but bro, Rudy Gobert has like a 7'9", 8'8", or 8'2" wingspan. He moves like he can get to the perimeter and guard 1 through 5. Not for long stretches, but for short stretches in the game. I've seen it happen. I've seen him switch off and be okay out on the perimeter. He can move. He's very nimble for that size that he has. I like Rudy Gobert, man. Let's not shit on Rudy Gobert too hard, bro. He's definitely one of the best defenders in the league, if not the best. And he's back-to-back Defensive Players of the Year. You don't just get those on accident. I'm sorry, not maybe one on accident, but back-to-back, you don't get that on accident, man.
He gets my respect.
Let's get to some of these smaller contracts, but I don't know. It's still big money if you ask me. Luke Kennard, man, 4 years, $64 million, man. Just a week ago, the coach couldn't even recall his name. Now they're paying him 4 years, $64 million for the Clippers. Scruff, worth it or not?
Nah, not at all. That's just the going rate for guys that can shoot the ball. Lonzo Ball didn't get an extension. The name Luke Kennard being on the list when guys like Lonzo Ball, John Collins did not get extensions is the more notable reason why I'm saying nah. So nah.
Yeah, I feel like a part of that might be the guys like that want big time max dollars. You know what I'm saying? But you bring up a good point. How is this guy getting an extension? I don't know. It's a lot of money. $16 million a year, almost. I think. That's a lot. Maybe 17. I don't know. But T, what you think, man?
I think I like it. The biggest problem is like you could have tried to pay Montrezl Harrell maybe to keep him, but you went with a scorer. You went with a guy that can play basketball. I like Luke Kennard's game. He's a guy you can't speed up, and to me, that's like the ultimate measure of a basketball player offensively. Like he does what he wants out there. So I like the deal. I think it gives him a good option going into the playoffs. And honestly, right, that's the type of guy that wins you big-time playoff games. Like when you talk about LeBron making the right pass, which I don't think was the right pass, but you make the right pass to Luke Kennard, I'm trusting Luke Kennard. I'm not necessarily trusting Danny Green, but, yeah, he's one of those types. You know what I'm saying? Luke Kennard or Danny Green, he's an essential role player, and to win, you have to have those guys. I'm paying him.
All right. Rome. Luke Kennard worth it or not, man?
It's a nod for me, man. When you pay guys certain amounts of money, you got to look at the production. You got to look at the production, man. And does my man really give you enough production to say that I want to give you 64 over the next 4 years? No. I mean, and T, you make a good point on like, you know, you pass him the ball, he might make the shot. You know, he's there when you need him. He does the right thing. He's a nice little role player or whatever. But is that worth this contract? I got to say nah.
Man, I didn't even know he was on the Clippers the whole time. Man, we're having to do like a Landry Shaman, a league minimum contract. He's just as productive. You know what I mean? That's just me.
I don't know, man. You're making a good point there too, Scrub. I think this is ridiculous money for Luke Kennard, in my opinion. I got to go nah. I mean, we talking about a guy averaged 7 points in Detroit as a rookie, 9 points in next year.
Yeah.
He averaged 15 last season, but that was only in 28 games played. We talk about small sample size, very small sample size. And last year, averaging that 15 points, he did not shoot over 40% from three. When you're getting 16 million, I'm expecting at least a 40% shooter if that's what you're kind of billed as. I like Luke Kennard's game. I think he has room to grow, but it's a lot of money for Luke Kennard, especially like you guys said, guys like John Collins not getting extended. It's tough. But hey, they got money to go around in the league. So next, man, another guy that can shoot. At least coming out, he can shoot. I don't know. He hasn't shown his offensive game too much recently. But Jonathan Isaac, 4 years, $80 million with the Orlando Magic. I'll start with this one. I gotta go nah, man. I like Jonathan Isaac. I think there's another guy that they're banking on the potential with, that they see max player potential, and he just hasn't really just starting to scratch that surface. So if he reaches his potential, yes, he's already shown to be a solid defender on this level, but the offensive game just hasn't translated the way I thought it would. I thought this guy would be a nightmare coming out of Florida State. He just hasn't been that. Scruff, worth it or not?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Some things you just can't teach, bro. That's one thing I look for in a player. There's certain things you can't teach, man. And one thing you can't teach about Jonathan Isaac is having that length, 7+ foot wingspan, kid 6'11". He can play either forward spot. He shoots the ball well. He's a stretch player. He's lanky. He's built like Kevin Durant. He's built like Brandon Ingram. Much like Brandon Ingram, I think he's going to take a few years to develop into his best self. I think Orlando is a great place to grow. It's a great place to start, flourishing. And I think he'll eventually get there. I like the fact that Orlando's invested in their youth. But yeah, you can't teach 6'11" with a jumper like that. So I'm still holding out hope. And I think 23, people think he's been in the league for a couple years. Yeah. But, the kid's only 23. I think give him like 2 more years to really keep flourishing. And I think he'll be potentially an all-star talent. I still got hope for the kid.
Okay. That's a slow grind, though, man, to see all-star talent 2 years. That would be what, 5 years in the league by then? Ah, man, I don't know if I see that happening. T, worth it or not?
It's worth it. You know why? Because a lot of people didn't see the potential in Giannis either when he came into the league. And I'm gonna tell you something about Jonathan Isaac. I just took scruff line. Jonathan Isaac averages more blocks and more steals than Rudy Gobert, and you guys are mentioning him, as a potential defensive player of the year. This guy can defend. He's 6'11", like Scruff said, man. Long arms, plays either forward. He can defend multiple positions. I would say he's more versatile of a defender than Rudy. So I'm a little confused at why you don't want to pay the guy. I'm going to pay the guy and try to see if I can build my franchise around him. I'm going to roll the dice on him over locking in a 7-foot Frenchman.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, maybe it's the 11 points, or maybe it's just the 6 rebounds at 6'11". I don't know. Maybe it's those things that why I'm not super sold on Jonathan Isaac yet. But Rome, worth it or not?
I'm kind of torn. I want to say nah, but like I said earlier, I like it when defensive guys get paid. I feel like he still needs to show more on the offensive side. You guys kind of just alluded to that. He hasn't really reached his potential on the offensive side. But as far as a defender, man, he's been solid. So I like the idea of defensive guys getting paid in the NBA. What the problem is, man, is the NBA, you got to score. So with a contract like that, you got to start putting up points. Will he? You know what I mean? Will he reach that potential? Like it's nice to say he's in his 4th year now. So I mean, it's time. It's time. You know what I mean? Like this is the year to start showing me something.
Rudy averages 13 points. I don't get it. Rudy averages.
All right, then you got to be more dominant on defense. All right.
No, Rudy averages 15. I'm lying. He averages about 15 and 13. So you're right, Bryce.
How many rebounds he averaged?
He averaged 13 and a half off the top of my head. So 15 and 13. He's a 15 and 13.
So did Andre Drummond, but he's worth peanuts in the league for some reason. So
that's because we don't need centers anymore.
No, that's because
the game is about spacing.
Drummond doesn't always play within himself either. Rudy Gobert always plays within himself, man.
He knows
you don't even notice he's out there sometimes, but he's getting 13, 14 rebounds every time. Sometimes you don't even know he's out there because he comes. Sometimes with those big guys, when they're doing too much, it sticks out like a sore thumb. Right? How often do you see that happening to Gobert, man? Not too often. But keeping it pushing, man. Next one, OG Anunoby. I'll start with this one again, man. OG Anunoby with 4 years, $72 million to stick with the Raptors. That is worth it to me. I've been a big OG fan since his Indiana days. I was torn up when he tore up his knee, man. Yeah, that was my guy in Indiana. I was just sure that he was going to be a dog. That set him back a little bit. Had an injury in the league as well, set him back a little bit. But I think we saw in the big moments, man, last season in the bubble, he hit that clutch shot. That was worth something. That shot alone was going to get him paid. So I do think that OG Anunoby's worth it. Huge ceiling and an extremely high floor. With as high as the ceiling is, his floor is just as high. So, well, not just as high, but his floor is extremely high. So I like that a lot about OG. Scruff, worth it or not?
Not really my cup of tea. I'll pass on him. He's a decent player, man. I could see that. I just don't see the upside that I see in like a guy like an Isaac. So, no for me.
Okay, I respect that. I see more upside in the OG, but maybe that's me. Maybe I'm just kind of high on this guy. T, worth it or not?
I mean, I'm gonna say yeah. I mean, the guy averages something like 10 and 5, man. So it's similar to the Luke Kennard deal. He's a glue guy, but I think his value to that franchise is worth that contract. So I'm gonna say yeah. I don't know if he turns into a supermax player ever, but he's valuable, and you pay a guy what he's worth to your team, what he's worth to your fan base sometimes. So good, shout out to OG, man, the British Nigerian.
That's a great about as good as Jay Crowder in his career.
But I think T made a great point. Yo, when you say you pay a guy what he's worth to your team, I think that is very, very key right there, man. Sometimes you see guys get paid and it looks crazy, but the deal ends up working for that team. Then that same guy goes to a different spot and it don't work out because that just wasn't his spot to shine at, Yeah. So great point with that. Wrong. OG Anunoby, worth it or not?
Man, T kind of just made the be all end all point, man. You pay the guy what he's worth for your team, bro. So I honestly got to say worth it based off that alone, right? Like I personally don't like what I see. Like I want to say nah, but like he fits with this team. Like the reason that he's getting this contract is based off what he's done with this team. I don't know if he gets this contract on another team, so I can't say that it's not worth it if he has continued success with Toronto. So yeah. I'm gonna say worth it.
I'm gonna add a quick little point, right? You have a smaller market. Toronto isn't it's not a small market, but it's like a medium market. It's not LA or New York, Miami maybe. But I feel like when you reward like those teams that aren't in the big markets, when you reward guys for playing good and being good players, being good guys on and off the floor, that's how you can help get free agents, right? So that means you can come in and just do your job and make a way for your family. And I think that means a lot, you know what I'm saying? So that's potentially Toronto can get the next good free agent based off, all right, well, we know they take care of their people. Similar to the Mavericks. Mark Cuban's going to take care of you.
I mean, that really goes across all sports, man. I think more franchises should look at it in that way. Pay that homegrown talent, man. Pay those guys that have been rocking on your team.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more with those. I couldn't agree more with any of those, man. I feel like that's where sport, at least that's where the NBA got to get back to, because a team that's been together, that knows each other, that all came up together, they're eventually gonna start these super teams that just get put together in a year or two. And once that happens, you guys know how it's a copycat league, man. Everyone will start trying to build a team all of a sudden. So we'll see that circle come back around. Last one, guys, and this one. This one brings a smile to my face to get to say it, man. This guy's been through a lot. Markelle Fultz with the Orlando Magic getting 3 years, $50 million. Proud of him, man. Definitely worth it if you ask me. Scruff, worth it or not?
It's 100% worth it. It's the best signing of the bunch. And I'll tell you why. Some people are late bloomers. Markelle Fultz is one of those guys. Some people are guys that shrivel up into adversity and never bounce back. Markel's not one of those guys. Markel's not a spotlight guy. He's in the perfect situation when he was brought into Orlando. He had a really rough go in Philly. I'm not saying Philly fans was rough to him. Philly fans gave this man more rope than they've ever given a man ever, period. So, it wasn't on Philly fans. It was just a rough go for the kid. The kid basically forgot how to shoot. Now, with that being said, even without being able to shoot, he was still able to put a triple-double together in his first career season, just to show you his talent. So that's one thing. You can't teach certain things. What you can't teach about Markelle Fultz is his size, his speed, the way he can attack the basket, the way his basketball IQ, the way he makes the whole offense run. When you get him a guy like that on the court, the whole offense moves because he attacks the basket and the defense goes with him. Quality player. I think he's a starting NBA point guard. I like him better than Lonzo Ball on draft night. And even though Lonzo Ball had a better start to his career, I consider they're probably on the same level now. And I'd say he's right up there. I still think he has the best chance to be the best point guard in that draft class. I'd say De'Aaron Fox is that guy right now still. But I'd say Markelle Fultz is right there behind him. I like Orlando locking up the young talent. I like Markelle Fultz. I like Jonathan Isaac. I'm happy. I'm really happy about this move. I think he'll have a big year this year.
Okay. What draft class was that? You said that was Markelle, and who else was in that draft class?
Markelle, Lonzo, De'Aaron Fox. That was also the same year as Jason Tatum.
I don't think that was Lonzo though. I think that was De'Aaron Fox. Okay, yeah. So I think you're right.
Lonzo, De'Aaron Fox, Markelle, same draft.
So was Trae Young in that draft?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I'm tripping. Well, yeah, I think you bring up some good points though, man. Markelle was definitely a late bloomer, and sometimes it be like that. T, worth it or not?
It's worth it, man. It's actually a genius deal, and this is how franchises really pull themselves out of the bottom. Like your young talent, the guys, you know what I'm saying? The guys you draft, and then the guys you bring in. They bring them in as a young player, and 3 years is the perfect amount of time to know what Markelle is going to be. And shout out to him for getting paid because, like you said, in Philly, man, he had a lot of things going on. He figured it out in Orlando, and he's now starting to become the guy he's going to be. But at the same time, they didn't draft Cole Anthony for no reason. So with that being said, it really makes perfect sense, right? Because Cole's on a rookie contract. By the time you understand exactly who Markelle is, you're going to know if it's time to pay Cole. And you're betting on one of them, right? So if Cole develops, great. If Markelle develops, great. If they both develop, you have two super dynamic guards that can do everything you want on offense. Then you just locked up your defender, Isaac. I mean, I think Orlando is 3 or 4 years away from being in contention talk. Maybe not a title run, but being in contention talk. I like what they're doing down there. Florida's a fun state, so I like it. I like it. Pay the guy. Shout out to him. He's from the crib.
Yes, sir. Wrong. Worth it or not?
Man, this is an easy one, man. This is definitely worth it. I honestly think they got him on a deal. I mean, if you look at what they're paying him, if he reaches his potential, they got a good little deal here, man. And T really just alluded to the inner workings of how they could make this work out, man. So this is the easiest one on the list, man. This is definitely worth it.
All right, yeah. All right. I think we all in agreement on that one, man. Markelle Fultz, shout out to the kid, man. Philly tried to ruin his shot. Philly fans talking about he forgot how to shoot after they tried to ruin him. But
actually, I'm going to clear the air on that. It was actually an AAU trainer, apparently from around y'all way, that fucked his shot up. So don't try blaming on us. He was just fine during the summer league. He was just fine during the summer league. Then he went back home.
AAU coaches.
Y'all DMV trainers jacked him all the way up. I'm not even.
I think there's so much more to that story that will probably come out when our kids are adults. But AAU coach cannot destroy your shot that bad. It's one thing to change the mechanics and you can't hit right. You're off. It's another thing when you got a hitch. You know what I'm saying? You can't get the ball up. Like, man. Hey, go ahead. Perfect evolution of the beards.
Oh, that was a good one, though.
Oh man,
I'm mad. I'm stage one.
I'm stage one. Like one.
No,
you got to be two.
Me, Bryce down to
Or
T.
is
I
it?
don't even think you're involved in this.
All right, good.
I'm like level.
You're
I'm like
definitely
level
level
10,
3,
man.
T.
If I straighten this thing, like
T's like the last boss on the video game. With the
Yeah.
standing
You
at
want
the
a real
dead end with
beard,
the
man,
stupid
you gotta
beard.
come to me.
The last
You know
of the
what I'm
bearded.
It's like, what's up?
I don't want to catch you with no Beijing.
If it's a beard video game, T the last one you got to go up against. But
Makes sense, yeah.
hey man, what y'all want to get into some more topics? How y'all feeling, man? Y'all want to keep it pushing? Or?
I think we need to hit rookie of the year. Was that one?
Rookie of the year. That's actually a real good one. We should talk about, man. Rookie
Or
of the
you want to
year.
wait?
I'm rolling with y'all know who I'm rolling with, man.
I know I'm rolling with too.
Man, I'm rolling with Melo Ball. You guys.
I thought we skipped it for that. Everybody's rolling with LaMelo, right? Probably not T.
What? Hey, go ahead. You ain't got me. Hey, I'm not rolling with LaMelo Ball, and I figured you guys would say that, right? And I like what I've seen out of LaMelo Ball. He threw one of the best passes I've seen in a long time lately. It was an absolute dime. Cole Anthony could be in the running for Rookie of the Year and also Sixth Man of the Year. That's another dark horse Sixth Man of the Year guy because he's going to play a lot of minutes. But man, Rookie of the Year is going to be James Wiseman.
I don't know. Did you see him tonight?
He looked good tonight.
So I didn't get to watch.
He looked all right.
No, look, I didn't get to watch the game because game. But I'll say this: I looked at the stat line, and what I saw was production and kind of limited minutes. But he was only -10 on the plus minus. Out of all the starters, he was -10. Everybody else was -25, -28, which tells me when he was in the game, something was working. So
something was happening. You're right.
He was in for a lot of garbage time, though. He was in for a lot of that time.
That was it.
He was playing against. We were off the floor, and
he was playing against Nets.
They kept.
He was playing against Nets. He did, but he was the only starter that played down the stretch when the Nets were playing their third stringers.
But I will say he had the confidence. He had the confidence to take and miss shots, and I think that's a thing I look for early with rookies. Because confidence is everything in the NBA. I mean, you hear the players say it, you hear coaches say it. You gotta have the confidence to put them up, and I think like we just talked about Markel, that was a part of his problem early on. The confidence thing, and that's one thing I saw from Wiseman tonight. He's not afraid of the moment. He's not afraid of the fact that he's not running from the fact that he was #1 pick. And another guy that I see being a dark horse, candidate is my guy Denny Avdia from the Wizards. I'm not gonna say that Denny's just gonna run away with it, but Denny's gonna be a starter. He's starting at the 3 for the Wiz. He's going to get a lot of open looks from Russell Westbrook. Denny Avdia can play positions 1 through 3. He can play some point guard. He's got a nice touch around the rim, nice shot. Don't be surprised if the Israeli ball takes it home.
Hey, I like that as a dark horse. Let me throw my dark horse out there. Devin Vassell, Florida State kid. It's Greg Popovich with another guy that looks like he potentially could be a Kawhi type of guy, man. A 3-and-D that actually could score offensively as well. And you're not gonna keep Pop out of the playoffs and all that, but for so long. I think he got a perfect Spurs guy. He's gonna get a lot of minutes. So that's a guy you should watch out for because people might be buying his jersey sooner or later.
Shoot, I'll throw out another name out there, and you already know I'm gonna say Tyrese Maxey. He's going to be in the rotation early. Already said from early, we got the early vote of confidence from Coach Rivers. He said he's going to be in the rotation. He earned it already. He's already putting up good numbers.
Yep, I like it. So what we at with it, Bryce?
Oh, that's it. That's it for our NBA predictions, man. But if y'all got one more in you, we can switch topics, get back to some culture topics. It's getting a little late, but I'm with it if you guys are.
All I want y'all to know is when y'all get y'all $600 stimulus checks, go ahead and go to GoodAssSports.com. Get you a gas hat with your stimmy. You feel me? $30 each, $600. That means you could get at least 20 hats.
Yo, okay, do it. I say do it. Why not? It's only 600. They only gave you 600 to last you on the stimmy. It's ridiculous, man.
I seen this joint online. It was like me after I get my $600 stimulus check, and he was holding the check, and there was a sign that was like 600 tacos for $600, and it was like, oh, like that shit sounds pretty good. I ain't gonna hold you, dog. Yeah, everybody already telling people how to spend their checks, man. One thing I will say though, public service announcement to everybody out there listening and getting y'all stimulus checks. Don't let nobody guilt y'all into telling y'all how y'all should spend your money, man. Spend that however you feel right, man. We at the end of times possibly, you know what I'm saying? We had a tough year. You know what I'm saying? However the fuck you want to spend it, spend it. You want to go to the strip club and put it on the strippers, be my guest. You feel me?
Who the hell is telling somebody how to spend $600? It ain't that many options.
The
same people. Well, the people on LLC Twitter out here telling people to start a business. You need to go out and start a business, develop a skill. Then you got the Forex people. The Forex people, they like the new pyramid, the new Vima. They out here at Forex.
You know how much content you could get on OnlyFans for $600?
Yeah,
on OnlyFanners
all year.
How many people are gonna be OnlyFanning their money away? That's $600. Go just like that.
I might drop my whole stimmy on. Matter of fact, ladies, drop your OnlyFans in the comments. I'm gonna drop my whole stimmy on OnlyFans, yo. Let's get it.
Stimmy's coming out, $600. How many people are going to be spending? Maybe I am going to tell people how to spend their money, but if you want to spend that $600 on the PlayStation, maybe is that what people are going to do?
Hey, you do it exactly what Uncle Sam wants you to do. Put that thing right back in the economy. Scruff's like I'm working for the man tonight. Go get you a PlayStation.
I'm just saying that's what people are going to do. I just know what people are going to do. Right. What am I going to do? Y'all want to really hear what I'm going to do with the $600? That's what I'm going to do. I'm pretending I don't even got it. All right, cool. You want to give me money? That's fine. I'm just going straight in my savings, right into my investments. You want to hear some good investments? I'm not a financial advisor or nothing like that, but Airbnb stock just went public. It's a good buy right now. I just bought a whole shitload of that. Airbnb stock.
Hey, y'all talking about stocks?
It's the future. It's the future of the hotel industry. The hotel industry is about to potentially go under.
Let me know
the stock a little bit, but come on, bro. Airbnb. It's like the Amazon stock. Get in now.
Let me know when OnlyFans goes public. That's what you need to put stock in.
$150 a share.
Woo! OnlyFans go public. They better break off all the content creators a little piece of that. They need some of that. They need some of that money, man. They need some shares.
Oh, they're getting the money. They got plenty of money. The girls out there.
Shares, man. Them girls made it what it is.
I don't know. Y'all know some Ash Cash, and she's living like a millionaire right now.
Rob, you make a good point, man. I was just reading an article about how people put their life savings into Tesla. Not even their life savings in some situations, and now they are Tesla-naires. That's what they're labeling it as. So when you know something is working, roll the dice. Scare money to make that money.
Hey, if anybody wants to roll the dice on gas,
bro, you know,
we're not publicly traded yet, but if we were publicly traded, that would be a good stock. It would be a good stock.
No. They give straight up investment. Shark Tankers. You know what I'm saying?
We take angels. We take angel investors.
I'll give you 3% recovery.
Nah, we take angel investors. You hit the inbox. You know what time it is. But I would say, Elias, to the T said, don't put it all in one stock, man. You know, spread that thing out. But just invest in the future, man. You know, Airbnb, PayPal, you know, companies, gas, you know, like companies that are built towards the future that are going to be here for a long time.
I made some
service, you know, that you already take advantage and use.
I made some good money investing in Moderna. You probably heard about Moderna making the vaccine. Moderna has their own vaccine. I invested in Moderna around $60 or so. It's around $130, $140. Made a decent amount of money. Sometimes when you see it, you just gotta, you know what I'm saying, make the choice. You know what I'm saying? Just go in.
Use your brain, y'all. Use your brain. You know, I invested in Zoom.
It is a layup. Take the layup.
I invested in Zoom just because, like, I was already working from home before the pandemic. I was like, yo, Zoom is in, like, and then boom, like whole universities are being run on Zoom.
We done went from stock tips to the sports for the coach to the stock tips. I like it.
We got it all. We got it all.
You want to know how to spend y'all $600? You know, y'all got it. Y'all can have 30. We have 20 gas hats.
Hey, tune in next week for the gas cooking class. You know, we'll teach you how to chef it up. My boy Scruff. I don't know if y'all see him on IG. My man T be cooking it up too, man. I'm pretty sure Bryce, you posted some bomb looking teriyaki wings, man. Like we'll start hitting y'all off with the cooking ingredients.
We got it all at Gas, man. It's a one-stop shop, man. We like Walmart over here. We the Walmart of the sports industry. But nah, hey, another great episode, fellas. You got something else to add, T?
Nah, I was gonna say, man. I should do a cooking article, man. I give you some playoff recipes. I got you. That's coming up. Look out. You know what I'm saying? Look out for that. Pictures and all that. I'm gonna walk you through your playoff food list. You know what I'm saying? How to grub right while your team losing.
That's lit. That's lit. I'm looking forward to that. Man. But yeah, another great episode, man. In the books. What is this? Episode 36, fellas? We flying through them, man. We flying through them. It's lit. Appreciate everybody for watching as always. Hey, Ron, what am I leaving out, man? Where can the people find us?
Hey, man, if you got an iPhone, Android, whatever you got, any kind of tablet, man, you can download that app. That's the Gas Sports Network app. It is available everywhere. It's got the podcast, the articles, anything that you could think of that we put out. It's all fire. Definitely hit that 5-star button, give us the rating and all that.
Yeah, man. Y'all know how we leave each and every episode. Good old sports